Good morning. This is Ogle's Fish Room. I just witnessed something here a minute ago. I wasn't able to catch it on film, but see where the beta is getting food off that little piece of wood. There was a shrimp. I think he's still around the corner there somewhere. Anyway, I like shrimp. I think you all know that by now for my cleanup crew. And I think they do an incredible job. But the thing that I find funny about shrimp is in my feeding, what I do is I use, my main, I have a variety of food, of course, but the main daily thing that I feed them all the time is the Tetramin Color Crisp. And I actually like to, I'll sit down with a bowl and put some in. I buy a large container, and I'm going to explain that in a second about how you can get a little discount from PetSmart on that. But anyway, I will sit down with a bowl when I'm watching TV or something and pour some in the bowl and go through it with my fingers and grind it up as small as I can. And that pretty much feeds everybody, even the smallest things in the tank, like the shrimp. But the funny thing about shrimp that I've noticed is that I guess in their minds, maybe they're saving for a rainy day or they're not sure where their next meal is coming from. I can understand that sometimes not from my standpoint because I'm fat, but from a fish's standpoint. So anyway, the thing I find hilarious sometimes is watching a shrimp when you're feeding, and every now and then you'll miss and get a big piece of full-size crisp in there. And the crisp could, be half the size of the shrimp, and he runs over and grabs it and runs around the tank trying to find a place to hide to eat it like, oh boy, I got it, I got it. And I find that hilarious. But anyway, one of my shrimp this morning, right before I grabbed my camera, was sitting on this piece of wood there, and he was slowly chewing, which, it's not like they can eat a whole piece of crisp, but anyway, he's slowly chewing on this piece of food. And the betta came over and took it from him. And the thing I thought was funny is the shrimp didn't run or anything. He just sat there. The betta backed off about a half an inch, and started chewing it. Well, evidently it was too big for him, so he chewed it up and spit it right back out on the piece of wood there, the little ledge that you can see there. There's a couple of little pieces. And so the shrimp just said, okay, well, I'll eat some of that. And then the betta went away. But anyway, it was, you had to have seen it. I'm sorry I wasn't able to catch it on film, but it was quite hilarious. I think there's the shrimp. But anyway, I'm sorry. I see a lot of comic attitudes in these shrimp, and I just get a big kick out of watching them. Okay, I'm going to do a quick scan. We did a pretty full, serious showing of my room yesterday. I don't even know where this guy went. They just were fed a few minutes ago, so they're either, this is one of the new boys, they're either out and about or they've already gone to take a nap somewhere. Okay, this little guy here, this is a 2.5. I would not put a betta in anything smaller. I had gotten a good deal on this from PetSmart, but they're still, well, right now they're about $35, which isn't too bad at PetSmart, I'm saying. It's like $20 more at Pet Supermarket for the same thing. But again, I'm not trying to, say anything bad about Pet Supermarket. I buy almost everything there, except I do look for deals on other things. Anyway, these are my column tanks. They are 10 gallons. The thing I like them, I started to say this yesterday and I kind of got off on another tangent. But the base is 12 by 12, so they don't take up a lot of room. You can put several on a desktop like I have here. But they're 20 inches high. They have a really nice top, which I happen to like. I'm a fanatic about, some of these even have a piece of tape around the top at the bottom here, because I do not want to see the water or the light reflection off the water. I don't like that. I like this. I like all the light to be contained in the tanks. So anyway, here's 1, 2, 3, 5 columns, the 2.5 in the corner. This is a normal, what I call normal tin, which is like 20 inches long, 12 inches high, 10 inches back, deep. This has a corrugated plastic divider in the middle that I cut myself. If you try to do this, be extremely careful. It's like you're putting it in there and it looks like it's 2 inches too big, and you go cut it a little bit and now it's too small. So it's something you have to really, really be careful with, because if you cut it tight enough, which is what I do, if you get it just right, and you can see how pretty straight that is, there, right at the end there, it will hold itself in there. But just a fraction, an eighth of an inch too short, and it's flopping around, and you're going to have fish getting to the other side. I heard somebody say that just the other day. They'd put a divider in, and the betas got on the same side and had a fight. Again, just take your time. You used to be able to buy this at Office Depot, a huge sheet for $5, which was like 20 by 30 inches, and you could get a couple failures out of that and still have plenty to work with. But they don't seem to sell it anymore. Now, maybe you can buy it online through Office Depot. I'm not sure about that. But I had to go to one of my local hardware stores, and it's like $6.50 with a metal bracket, because basically it's sold as a blank yard sign for, like, same for sale or garage sale or whatever you want. But they do carry one. This size is 12 by 18, and I keep the 12 and cut down the 18 side. Okay, over here we have my 20 long, also with the divider in the middle. So each side is 10 gallons. Oh, there he is. My creamsicle came out today. Good. He was not wanting to show himself yesterday in the video. This is one I got from PetSmart. Very unusual coloring, kind of orange and white, which I call a creamsicle. From the old days. Not even sure they make creamsicles anymore, but anyway. Let me try to hold that still. Okay. And just put an auto in here yesterday. And, well, the beta was in the back there somewhere. There he is. Anyway, okay, this is another 2.5. It's got the little blue boy here that's got some red spots on his pectoral fin, if he'll hold still today. It has to be right in the light, but he's very pretty. And he's actually light and dark blue spots. But this is a 2.5. I'm real proud of what I've done to it to be this small. I've kind of hiked up the sand in the back left corner, or rear corner, I should say, and in the front corner up here, as you can see, and built up rock so the sand just doesn't squish down. And then a piece of wood is right on top of that with the Anubias on it, and sponge filter in the back there, and it's got the little filter that comes with it up top. There it is. Anyway, don't want to get my reflection in that mirrored door there. It'd be scary. Okay. And let's see, this is a 5, and we've got the black and white cat with the half moon tail up in here. Very pretty. There he is. Wow, he's coming out for you today. And I like the way I've done this. A lot of caviness going on under here. I don't know if you can really see that, but that's it's a huge piece, and it's kind of humps up there. It's just a lot of room underneath there is what I'm trying to show. Plants are doing fantastic in this one. This is a windy green crypt here in the corner, which seems to have really taken off and seems to be enjoying where it's located. It's fairly new. We've got a Nubius in the back that's not really attached to anything. It's just kind of shoved in one of the holes in the structure here. It used to be right there, but it was just getting too big to be in the front of the tank and kind of blocking a lot. This is a piece of it right here that's starting to take off after I trimmed it. You can see its root system there. But this is a group of Anubias, pardon me, Java fern that I pull the babies off the bigger leaves when they produce them, and I put them in a container, and I wait till I have enough, and I glue them to a rock. Y'all have heard that story before. Anyway, there's another one on a rock, there's another group on a rock, and I think, look at that. It's very pretty. Okay, this is my 20 high. Let me back off here. I think that looks pretty sharp. And a lot more room in there because I have a lot of this wood is in the front. I don't know if you can see that. So they've got a lot of room behind all this structure. It's just hard for you to kind of see that. Okay, this is the 15 below here with the Priscilla. I always want to call them Priscilla Presleys. No, Priscilla tetras. They are very cute and very cheap. They're like $2.29, and I think they're adorable. They have a lot of personality. Contrary to some of the other tetras that they look like the lemon and the bleeding hearts, which the body shape is almost identical, you can see they have stripes on their dorsal and pectoral fins, which makes them a little unique. It's kind of a black and white or yellow and white, yellow and black stripes, I think, depending on whether male or female. Anyway, I think they're cute as a button, and I really enjoyed them, and I have not lost even one. Okay, we're going to scoot right here and back up a little. Excuse me. Okay, we're almost through. This is a 75, of course. A lot of things going on in there. Before I phase out here, because I don't want to just duplicate the video I did yesterday, the main reason I really wanted to talk to you today is I saw another video on the YouTube that I thought he kept talking about some discounts at PetSmart, and I thought he was going to say what I know, and I watched his video, and he didn't. He talked about some other kind of discount that I think was just a temporary thing. But anyway, long story short is no, I don't have the container. I thought I might. Anyway, it's let me remember this. Okay, it's Tetra, if you're interested, it's Tetramin or Tetra Color Crisp, not flakes, but crisp, which I don't think fall apart as easy as flakes. I'm not wild about flakes. I feel that they just break down even in the container to just turn into dust, and I don't care for that. The crisp stay in a little wafer type shape. I do have a tendency to put some in a bowl, crush it up with my fingers, turn it into something tinier that still doesn't make it dust, but it's easier for the smaller fish to get. And I put it in a different, its own container, and I write on the container. Anyway, you don't need to know all that. The point is that the largest container, and you can buy it at Pet Supermarket, you can buy it at PetSmart, you can buy it just about anywhere. It's very common. But the large container, sometimes a little harder to get, but it is 7.41 ounce, 7.41 ounces. And it is normally like $23 to $25. It's like 25 something at Pet Supermarket, and it's $22.98 at PetSmart. Okay, the point is this. If you look online on the PetSmart website, it shows the regular price. But if you order it online, it is $11.98. Okay, that's half. Okay, so in some cases more than that. Anyway, that's a big savings. A few dollars, one thing. Half, that's a whole nother story. And but because I have so many tanks, I do like to buy the larger container, and it lasts me obviously a lot longer. Anyway, my suggestion is this, and then I'm signing off. Go to the PetSmart website. Now, the other stores claim that they will price match this, but I haven't really tried that yet. At PetSmart, what I do is I go to the website before I go for any kind of food that I'm looking for, or any other products. Actually, all their products may not be half, but they are discounted online. So I simply take a picture with my phone, and then of the discount, of the price of the product, etc., and take it to their store. I'm just not as online buying savvy as you young people. So I take it to the store, show them the picture, and they give me the price. So I'm buying a $25 item for $12. So to me, I'm on a serious budget, and I have to do that. So I hope this helps save somebody some money. I hope you have a wonderful day. This is Ogle's Fish Room signing off. Please take care of yourselves. Have a good day. Bye-bye.